I think it was. I can't remember the name of the developer. I think it was THQ did this at one point in time, where they split up their development teams into several miniature development houses of no more than 10 people. And they basically said, all right, within this time, we want you to come up with a game. And you know what? They came out with 3 games within the exact same amount of time, which are absolutely amazing. Here's the thing. When you actually have a large amount of people who are unfocused and meeting a deadline, you get a worse game.
That's what
When
I'm
you have very
saying.
small amount of people working on a game because they love the game, it's actually a hell of a lot
Yes.
better because they know what the fuck they're doing and they want to make it
So
work.
you can't blame the developer. You have to blame the overarching company that's saying greed, 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 money, 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 money,
I can
time,
blame the
time, 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 time,
developer
time,
if they
time.
I can blame the developer if they themselves are the fault of the fucking situation, Renegade. You're saying developers are evangelical people who can never make a mistake
I'm not
and are
saying
always
that
forced
either.
to by
I'm
their
just
evil
saying.
fucking corporate overlords.
I'm saying a lot of time. Yes, that's what's happening. It's that's what's happening. You've seen it.
Oh, I understand that that happens a lot, especially with things like shovelware and games that, developers really don't want to make. I get that happens. I get that's a thing. I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm not saying it isn't. I am saying, though, there are times when developers fuck up, know they fuck up, and choose not to fix said fuck up. This can and does happen. You know this, Renegade.
Oh god, that's gonna blow up. I'm stealing an AAT. Oh
Okay.
fuck. Never mind.
I tried to essentially kill a lot of the droids that were around you. It didn't work.
I just think, in my opinion, I've known so many people who love to blame just the developer, like he was the head developer in Battlefield
Oh, no,
Hardline.
no, no, no. I will never blame a fucking developer for all of the problems of a game. I will, however, blame developers if there is an issue that at least looks, feels, and acts like it was a problem on the developer's side, whether or not purposeful or accident. That's irrelevant. The fact that they made a mix-up and as a result it causes the overall quality of a game to go down, that's when I will blame a developer.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Now, I still say there are times though that games are going to be difficult. Battlefront is probably going to be one of the most difficult games DICE has ever made, for a number of reasons. One, they're going into something that is already,
God damn, so many droids.
yes, lots of droids. They're already going into a game that's been made. It's been done before, and this is a reboot. They have clarified it is a reboot, going back to Battlefront 1,
Yeah, I'm not
which,
sure I like that thought process.
yeah. So that's already a tough situation. You know it's a tough situation the moment, DICE is saying, oh yeah, we're touching on Star Wars. Oops. Like,
When it comes to
you've
Star
seen...
Wars, touching on Star Wars in general is usually a bad idea.
Yeah,
Because either you're going to get it great and everyone will love you, or more likely, you're going
you're
to
gonna...
fuck up one little thing and everyone's going to rail on you for it.
Yeah, well, you know what happened with the Wii version of The Force Unleashed, right? Did you hear about that big blow up?
What
How
hasn't blown up on the Wii that was ported to other consoles, dude?
they had
It
for
keeps giving me the fucking Jedi.
Let me have it.
It's like, okay, it's gonna keep spawning me
You know
the Jedi. I guess I'm doing that good, because I did set it to best player this time.
Fuck it. I wasn't using vehicles for the most part because I couldn't find the damn things.
They all spawn at like the very back one of our bases.
Okay. Anyhow, actually, I'm gonna get out and steal an AAT because I like AATs.
The AATs are really nice.
Oh, I love the sound effects as well, by the way.
My sound is fucking gone, god
Sorry.
damn it.
Uh, anyhow,
I'm playing the game on mute.
so they're already touching on a subject that is faux pas in gaming world. We've seen that. We know that happens. They don't like touching Star Wars with a 10-foot pole.
Lots of people don't because it's very easy to piss off the fans.
Yeah. So
Like the fucking blaster sound effects,
Yeah.
Renegade.
Yeah. So simplistic shit will make them stuff like that scares them, especially since they're also touching mostly on the original trilogy, the one that is guarded by the angels of heaven to Star Wars fans. You don't fuck that up, right? So they have to do that.
Yeah.
They went to all kinds of lengths to make sure it's realistic. It's 100% realistic. They went to the original designer, the prop maker who made the first lightsaber. Can you imagine having to meet that guy
Isn't
and
he dead?
no, he's alive, I believe. I believe. Anyhow, they went to the prop designer who made the lightsabers, including Anakin and Obi-Wan's, and they have to make exact models, down to the tiniest bit. They even went to a place that makes lightsabers. Yeah, it's one of those custom lightsaber shops, and
Oh yeah, one of the ones that
every
make the
sing
really fucking realistic looking ones.
yeah, and they had to make them by hand, no tools.
Yay.
That's difficult. They worked with metal from the beginning. That's how detailed they wanted it to be.
Yay.
And they've achieved this. Through blood, sweat, and tears, they've achieved this.
Now, when
And
a
then,
developer puts that much time and effort into something, yeah, I'm willing to say, okay, you obviously are committed. Now, do you have the skills to pull it off?
and
Because
so
you have to
far,
admit, commitment and will only go so far. You have to have the skill.
yeah, and so far, they have it from what we've seen of tech demos, and I
We've seen
saw,
pre-rendered
yeah,
cutscenes, Renegade.
I
Those
also,
are easy to pull off.
I also saw a tiny bit of gameplay online the other day,
I'm not
which
going to
looked
believe
nice.
anything is gameplay until I'm actually
Yes,
seeing, people I trust playing it because you can make something that is a pre-rendered cutscene look like
yes,
actual gameplay.
but with that in mind, with making realistic stuff, going to
All
all
right, I
these
think we're done with this
locations.
for right now, though.
Okay, yeah. But with all that in mind, all that together, and again, touching on Star Wars in general, and a shooter, and expanding it, and making it so it's grandiose to the nth degree, you're touching on one of the most difficult subjects ever. And unfortunately, EA Overlord 101 or whatever the fuck is deciding, you know what, let's make it Battlefield. And the developers are constantly trying to, wean away from that. You could tell, with an interview or two I've seen, that they're literally just sitting there sighing to themselves like, we're trying to do this. Trying. Succeeding, that's another fair thing to do. Right? So you gotta think about that. They've got so much against them right now, unfortunately. And unfortunately, yeah, I'm stuck with contacting host. There we go. Now it closes. Okay, close. Anyhow, I'm gonna just finish up with a quick thing to finish up this conversation. There's so
Okay.
much against them that they have to. They're on their tippy toes. They're walking through a spike trap on the tips of their toes right now, and
You also
hoping.
can't hold these things up as evangelical people who can do no
I'm saying
wrong,
that. I'm not
Renegade.
saying that as. I'm not saying that, but they are dedicated. I've seen enough interviews. I've seen enough tweets. I talked to people who've worked in games before, and I know how difficult working on something you love is, especially when you have an overlord, someone standing over your shoulder going, "Is that enough for $60? Can we sell it for $60 yet? Can we sell it for $100 with DLC?" And constantly nagging at you to make sure that there's somewhere for DLC. DLC's ready, right? DLC? Huh? They're like a dog looking for a treat. Yeah, except the treat is fucking DLC. And EA is a constant DLC whore. So they're what?
I coughed 2K games.
2K games. Okay, yes. Almost all game companies nowadays. unfortunately, are DLC
No,
whores.
EA Games makes a lot of DLC, and some of it is shit, some of it is good. Look at the fucking DLC for fucking Saints Row.
Yeah, that was a bit bullshit.
Yeah.
Anyhow, with all that in mind, there's so much that we'll never know about that happens behind closed doors at EA headquarters, or at least you won't, because again, I might work there one day.
Yeah,
Um,
I have no desire to fucking bow to my EA overlords.
but there's so much that has to be detailed. You have to think of the status of each of them working together, thousands of them. It's hard enough working, like, let's put it this way: you, I, and Death Quints do a YouTube channel. That was difficult. Now imagine that with 1,000 people making a game that had about 10 million people will crucify you if you don't do it right. There's so much against them that I don't blame the developers in this game. If for games like Battlefield Hardline that nobody had any history for, nobody really wanted, okay, sorry EA, you fucked up. Developers of Hardline, you fucked up. Big time. I have it sitting in its case over there, waiting. Still not sure if I even want to download it.
I wouldn't.
Yeah. So that's the time I will blame developers. They fucked up. They know they fucked up. Everyone says they fucked up. They fucked up. Battlefront, I'm willing to be lenient because they got. It's like having knives being thrown at you while they're developing. They're sitting. Like there's a guy sitting behind them throwing knives at a dartboard in front of their face. DLC ready yet, man? Do I have to hit the bullseye on the back of your head? There's just. It's just too much against them. Anyhow, I think I'm going to end the stream now. So, if anyone ever watches this, put, if there's comments, put them in. Tell me what you think. Okay, and that's all. This has been Renegade Liam 398 and Flame playing Battlefront 2.